Hello there, welcome to my video on VRChat social etiquette. I'm Vox. I'm a VRChat player that's put over 2,000 hours onto the social platform over the course of about 2 years. I've seen pretty much everything this game has to offer at this current point in time, and I would like to use that experience to help those who are new to the platform. This video will explain some of the social nuances of VRChat and give tips on how to conduct yourself, which will hopefully make it easier to make friends and meet new people. I'll also give some tips on what to avoid and how certain systems in VRChat work. I'll be going over the ranking system at the end of the video, how it works and why it's important specifically for social reasons. I do need to preface this with one thing, and that is that this is just my opinion and it's based on my own experience and some of the people that I talk to. I'm going to start off by going into a few tips and rules I try and follow when I'm in VRChat. This is the meat of the video. I'll be giving a few examples of behaviours that can cause problems that some people don't think about or don't know any better. This is not an attack on anyone specifically, but I thought these examples could be helpful as they are very common. Keep in mind that general politeness, i.e. talking over others, being racist, discriminating against someone's gender or sexuality, bullying or harassing things, are things that you should just not do regardless. If you have difficulty not being an arse, then fix that before following these tips. These tips are for VRChat specific behaviours, not life stuff. This isn't a video on how to polish a turd. You should be an accepting person all round if you plan to play VRChat. Let's start off with avatar interactions and personal space, because this is the biggest one in my opinion. It's no secret that people in VRChat like playing with each other's avatars in various ways, especially ever since the introduction of things like avatar dynamics and fizzbones. But different people have different reactions to their personal space being invaded, and touching in general, doubly so if they have phantom touch. A very common thing people do is give head pats or hugs. They might cuddle up on a sofa while watching a movie. Furries sometimes nuzzle each other too. And while it's usually fine to do this, you really shouldn't do this to someone if you don't know how comfortable they are with it to begin with. Most people are comfortable with a head pat, but it's not always the case. I know a few furries who do not like head pats at all, and will back off if you try. And if someone doesn't like something, you need to respect that. While patting someone's head, especially small cute avatars kind of like yours truly, most of the time is quite endearing. Try not to do it when someone's in the middle of a conversation. It just gets in the way and it's kind of annoying. You will distract from the conversation when you stick giant yowie hands in people's faces when they are talking. Imagine doing that in real life. A lot of people in VRChat, not just furries, like to use avatars that are quite large. That's not really a problem in itself, but try not to AFK on top of the dance floor when you go to get another beer from the fridge, because you're just going to end up on top of someone. Another good tip: try to be mindful of where you're actually standing when you are talking to someone in VRChat. If you see a bunch of people, such as your friends, having a conversation and you want to go over and talk to them, try not to stand directly on top of somebody else. Nothing's more annoying than when you get to the punchline and all of a sudden, just before you're about to deliver, your face is just full of somebody else's butt or their avatar. One thing that I see from time to time, which I've had numerous players, especially female players, complain about, is inappropriate touching. If you see an avatar that might have features such as breasts, you don't have any right to go up to that player and start playing with them. This counts doubly to strangers and people you don't know well. It's extremely inappropriate and very quick way to get yourself blocked and possibly banned if you keep harassing people like that. Remember that some avatars are extensions of players themselves. Some avatars you find in VRChat can create some amazing and crazy particle effects. They can also be quite loud. You might find these and want to share them with your friends and show them off to new people. This is where you need to really learn to read the room. If this is a place where people are chilling out and there's quite a few people in there who are already in conversation, I can promise you that none of them are going to enjoy having their eardrums violated or their PCs crashed. If you want to show off a cool avatar like that, Maybe do it one-on-one with a friend, or at least ask consent first from the people in the room. Not safe for work avatars are against the terms of service. Again, this is a case of reading the room and being sensible. I'm not going to judge you if you like to, but using those kinds of avatars or avatars that have explicit or sexual features as a focal point in a public place is a pretty fast way to end up getting banned in VRChat. This one might cause a little bit of controversy, but it's not aimed at anyone, keep in mind. If someone is set to orange and they have not put something obvious in the status message, such as in a private chat, in a game, busy, etc, etc, I may send them 1, possibly 2 requests. If they don't respond, I'm just going to assume that they are busy. They may send me a message back. I don't mind if they don't. I assume that they're just too busy to do so. They could be in a private chat. They might be in a game that has a player limit. They might be doing something not so wholesome. Either way, I just leave it. What I wouldn't do, however, is if they're set to orange, is repeatedly spam the request button. This gets really annoying. It also does you no favours if you are an anxious person and they don't accept the join request. I've seen a lot of occasions where people play music down their mic. Sometimes that's fine, because they will just be using a program such as Voicemeeter, which allows you to link your audio to a virtual mic so it plays directly out of your voice in VRChat. If you're at a private gathering where people have agreed to listen to it, that's fine. But if you're going to a public world, or worse, a music world, and you start blasting music out, there's a really good chance that the people around you will just mute you, which will end up lowering your ranking. If you do this in a music world, you might just get kicked. If you do this as well, for the love of all that is holy, don't play music down your mic from a speaker. It sounds terrible. You will just butcher your music to start with.
So how did last night go?
Yeah, it was fine. I spent like several hours just watching anime with a friend, and then after that we went to Vibe Night. But I wasn't able to like play any music. Can you fucking not, please?
What? I can't hear you.
What? We all have different living situations. We can have kids of our own. We might share a VR space with others in the room. This is all understandable. Most people won't bat an eye if there is an occasional sound down your mic from your environment. A fan maybe someone knocking on your door, someone talking, etc, etc. But most people draw the line if there is screaming coming from your microphone, including from yourself. Don't scream down your mic. Sometimes it can be funny, but this is yet again a case of reading the room. For example, if you are trying to be funny and you know the people there. If you know you're going to be in a place where the environment is loud, you should probably make sure to mute yourself when it gets noisy. While we were on the topic, don't eat down your mic. That's kinda gross, having a person eat down your ear hole. Some people are okay with it, but most are not. Mute yourself if you're eating, especially in a quiet place. Oh, and one last thing. This is a very small thing, but it can happen. Try not to place portals around corners, or you might have an unwitting friend or stranger enter it and see it as a deliberate act.
I'll be right back, I'm just going to go AFK around this corner. Won't be long.
There are 5 typical ranks in VRChat. You have Visitor, New User, User, known user, and trusted user. The reason why ranking is important is that it allows you to upload avatars and worlds when you reach a higher rank, and on top of that, as you rank up, avatar sounds and shaders will be visible to other players by default. It also allows players to gauge how long you have spent in VRChat at a glance, and for social reasons that's important. But did you know that not only can ranks go up, but they can go down? The exact mechanics on what makes it move isn't public knowledge, but VRChat themselves have stated that making friends, spending consistent time on the game, and uploading original content is the best way to increase your rank. Your rank, however, goes down, theoretically, if you are frequently blocked, muted, or kicked by other players. So unless you don't care about your rank, you should try not to do anything that will give players a reason to block, mute, or kick you, because it will just make it harder for you to upload your own avatar, world, or show off cool new shaders. Most VRChat veterans don't actually know this, but there's actually a rank below Visitor. It's called the Nuisance rank, and it has a grey nameplate. I have only ever personally ran into this person, or someone with this particular ranking, twice. If you get this rank, you are muted and your avatar is hidden by default. The only way to talk to people is for others to manually unhide you. Let me tell you, both times I met this rank, the moment I unhid them, I learned exactly why they were a nuisance to begin with, and just hid them again. That was not a nice experience for my ears. So, that's it. This is the end of the video. So, summed up, be polite, don't be a nuisance to others, treat people with respect, and you will be quickly on your way to be making new friends in VRChat. I will see you in VR.